Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you learned from previous videos and today we will go further and let's discuss what is a static in C programming. So how the static keyword is used in programming and in which situations this static keyword is used and what is the advantage of using. So static keyword it is used in programming in C programming in two different ways. You can either use it with a variable or you can also use it with a function. So I will write it down. So you can static can be used with a variable. Static can be used with a function. So a variable can be a static in C and a function can also be a static in C. In case of variable, there are two usages of static. So first usage of a static with variable is a global static variable is only accessible in a specific file. So the scope of a global static variable is only within that file where it is defined. I will show you with example. And second property of a static is it preserves its previous value even if the scope of static is left. I will show you this with example. So it preserves its previous value even you leave the scope of this static where it is used. And the second thing is the function when you use a static function. So when a function is a static, it means it is only accessible to that file where this is defined. So it is only accessible to file where it is defined. In other words, you can say that it has a limited scope in within the file. So let's move to the example. I will open the Eclipse. So here I have created a project named static example, and I will create a function that will increment a static variable. So void static increment. So I will define a static variable, static int a, and I will increment it and then I will print the value of the a. So let's define to header file void increment. So let's call this function. Let's build. And let's call this function, for example, 2 times. So now you can see, yeah, let's make our output a little better. So you see, first the value of a was 2 and then it's 3. So it has preserved the previous value. So it started with 1, then we call this function, so it incremented a and printed it, so it's 2, 3. So it preserves the value of this static variable. And similarly, if I call it in a loop, so now you will see that the values, it has preserved all the values. So see, it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. So this is how the static is used inside a function. So similarly, if you have a static variable which is in a global scope within the file, then it will only be accessible in the file. So here I define a static int global a. So this global a you cannot access here, so it will not be visible. For example, if you try to print here, print f, let's copy this. Let's build. So it will give you a compiler that this is not defined. So see, this is not accessible in outside of this file. So this is how the global is used. So you can use this global static to keep status of something. For example, when you are using an operating system, for example real-time operating system, and you want to keep a state of a machine or something, then you can use the static variable. Similarly, if I make this make a function static, let's see, static void increment static by 2. So I will define a static variable int b is equals to 0, and I will increment b by 2, and then I will print here the value of b. So b is equals to, so, and let's try to use this function outside of the file. So let's call this function here, for example. So we have included the header file, and this is function is defined as a static inside C file, but you will see that this function is not accessible outside of this. So this is how you make the functions private in C language. When they are static, they are private to that specific file, and you cannot access it outside of the file. So we can just call this function. So we can call this function inside our static increment function. So let's build. See, okay, I have to remove this from here. So now it's built successfully, and now we will see that our variable b is incremented 2 times. So see, it started from 2, 4, 6, and then continues till 20. So this is how you use a static in C language. Static can be a global variable, so this is a global one. And static, when a static is local to a function, then it preserves its previous value, like this variable. And when a function is static, then it is only accessible within file. So this function has only scope in this file, and it is not accessible outside of this file. And this is how you create a private functions in C language. And yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something, and stay updated. I will make more videos about the C language. So I am creating very basic tutorials, and when the basic tutorials are done, then I will move to high level tutorials, and I will also show examples projects for the embedded system. So thank you very much for your time. Stay updated and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.